Jared Polinfrono's photo.com, and I want to let you in on a secret. Not that I'm big on secrets, but the secret to get into any single show that you want, whether it's a band that's big or a band that's small, I'm going to run you through how you can get into any show you want just by knowing one freaking solitary person. But before I do that, if you haven't signed up for the Frono's Photo email list, look for this orange box over on the website. Just put your name, email address in it, hit send it, and I'm going to send you a free guide to capturing motion in low-light situations. That's right, it is free. And then when you do sign up, you're going to get other emails coming in with other solid information that's going to help you become a better photographer. So how do you get into every single show by knowing one solitary person? Well, this is my buddy Shannon. He is out on tour with the Dirty Heads. But I met him when he was out with Modest Yahoo and when I toured with Modest Yahoo. So are you starting to run through the cycle of how this all works? Before I talk about that, I'm going to run through the images that I got of the Dirty Heads, but I wanted to let you in on the secret to getting into all of these shows. Anyway, the Dirty Head show, Shannon came to town. He gave me a call because anytime he comes to town, he goes, "Hey, Jared, I'm in town. Would you like to come out and shoot tonight?" I'm like, "Okay, let me come out and shoot tonight." He didn't ask me to come and shoot for free. He didn't say, "Will you do this as a favor?" He asked if I wanted to shoot, and then it's up to me to determine whether or not I do. So then I go, "Okay, just make sure that they let me do whatever I want. Introduce me to the band, introduce me to everybody, and let me shoot from wherever I want." He's like, "Let me check." And you're like, "Yeah, no problem." So I get there. He introduces me to everybody in the band. Like, cool. They're like, "Thank you for coming out." Because I know that Shannon sat there and goes, "This guy's coming out to shoot. Let him do whatever he wants because he's going to get you awesome shots." Now, the shots I got are pretty okay. I don't think they're the best of the best of the best with honors for the first time shooting. One of the things was there was no pit, and I'm going to explain it from each photo that I go through. But back to Shannon and getting into shows and the secret to doing this stuff. Because Shannon came to town, he asked me to shoot, and I said yes. So now I go to a venue. I met Shannon when he was out with Modest Yahoo, okay? So I met him there. Now he's out with this band. He was out with Phoenix. He's going to be out with other bands. So anytime he's out with a new band, I get access to somebody new. But I also get access to a whole new crew. This is the secret. The most important thing to do is get in with a crew member of a band. Any of them. I'm not talking about sleeping with them. I'm not talking about doing any of that. I'm talking about if you become friends or you know one person, then you know everybody ever on tour. Because Shannon has toured for 20 years. If there's a band that he is connected with or he's become friends with, he could reach out and make a call and say, "Hey, my buddy Jared wants to shoot the band. I told him that we toured together," and they're going to ask, "Is he the real deal?" And they're going to go, "Yeah. You should let him in." So when they let me in, I make friends with their crew, and I make friends with their band, and I make friends with their tour manager. You have to remember that it's a family out on the road, that everybody knows everybody knows everybody knows everybody knows everybody. And that is the secret to getting into the shows. You want to do the backstage stuff, you want to do what I'm doing out there, and you want to do what some other people are doing, you get in with the band. And not even the band. You get in with somebody associated with a band who's close. Because Shannon will be with other bands in the future. He's been with other bands in the past. And now I have access to the Dirty Heads who loved what I did for them. Who were very happy with the way that I worked. They were so appreciative of it. And then I could get access to other bands that they know. And it's a spiraling virus type thing that happens. Because you know one person on tour, you have access to everybody. Once you get backstage and you're in, then they can help you get set up. It's just a matter of getting in the first time and becoming friends with somebody and earning their respect. Respect, 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 RESPECT. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's the secret. Let's get into the photos. This is my buddy Shannon. I shot this with the 58mm 1.4 Nikon that Nikon sent to me because I asked to borrow it. It's a fixed focal length lens. They tend to be sharper, more vibrant, more colorful, more contrasty, but they're limiting in the fact that you can't zoom. You have to use your feet. Now, when you're in a tight area, you may not be able to move back further to get the shot that you want. Or you may not be able to get close enough in an action-packed world to get a tight enough shot where then some people are going to want to crop, but I still don't want to. What I like about this shot is we've got the guitar picks over here. We've got Shannon here playing the guitar. I would have liked to have pulled back a little bit, but I still think, because I cut off his knuckles and stuff like that, but I still like the shot. I like the black and white better than the color. I like the sharpness. I like the fact that his head's tilted down. He's focused on what he's doing as a guitar tech. I love this out of focus thing that's drawing me in, and this out of focus thing that's drawing me in. Now we move here. This is still with the 58 millimeter. I like the focus that's going on. Now you see what was out of focus over here. You see this? That's from the stage setup. But I'm shooting between it. But I love it because it's creating a three-dimensional effect where you don't normally have 3D photos. We're shooting in 2D medium. Well, this is three-dimensional. Moving in on Shannon, nice and sharp, tack freaking sharp. And I like it because he's setting up the guitar, getting ready for the show. Off to the side, not so much in the middle. Boom. Black and white, like the shot. Not everybody likes this one, but I switched over to 24 to 70. I liked the contrast. I liked all of the scaffolding and everything in this. I think he's scratching his face in this, but I just thought it was a good shot. Knowing him, I liked this one, so this helps tell the story of what he's doing. It also gave me a chance to shoot a little wider with the 24 to 70, but you see how you're forced here to shoot and you get a different dimension? This is a little wider, so you see how it's not as compressed because when you shoot wider, you get more of a bowing type thing, and then when you do this, it's more compressed and on a flatter side because 58 millimeters is a little bit more than what the eye sees, but there you go. So this is a shot. They had this river stage is set up where they've got not stands, it's like concrete. So anybody can stand up here, sit up here, which puts everybody up on a different level, which makes it look great for photos. Also, they do a lot of orchestral type things on this stage. So they have a separate backstage that nothing was set up there. So I could stand up there and get a higher perch and shoot this shot. The reason I shot this shot like this is that the venue, Live Nation runs this venue. So my guy over at Live Nation is always looking for interesting photos that make their venues look better. So in this case, this made their venue look better. I sent this to him, and that gets me in more with the guy at Live Nation who runs a lot of venues and shows. So when the call comes in, hey, do you want to shoot something? Or I give them some stuff, and I go, hey, there's a show coming to town that I want to shoot. Can I shoot it? So it's a trade-off type thing. So I send him stuff like this, and I go, yeah, that's awesome. And I go, all right. So here we go. We got Shannon setting up the drums, getting ready, teching this stuff. I would like it to be tighter, but again, I'm using the 58 millimeter lens. It is really sharp. This is a beautiful lens. You can see all the full res images over on the site. It's not tight enough for my liking, so I moved closer, filled the frame, have the out of focus guitar, drum here, out of focus symbol here. It draws you in on Shannon. Now I'm going to let you in on another couple of photos from this set. So Shannon was out here on the guitar, on the drum. I gotta stop saying guitar. I didn't like that I had this thing coming out of the top of his head, so I moved over a little bit. I also got closer, filled the frame a little bit more. But of course, you're gonna miss some things as you're moving because you're not able to zoom so quick, but that's the nature of those type of lenses. So then I moved in and did that and got a tighter shot. All right, for all you people, Adobe Updater wasn't bouncing around before I started this video, but now it is. So we got the drummer coming up on stage. Very, not easy lighting. This is where it started. This is where we're going. He's right here. He's jumping up. He ended up doing another thing, but he would have been in more shadow, so it wouldn't have been good. Then we've got the Dirty Heads guys all walking towards the stage. Is it a good shot? It's okay. You've got the drummer. The only thing is that the lead singer's all the way back here. You've got the keyboardist. You've got the bass player. So everybody in the band is here. You got some of the tech guys. You got some of the girls that were going to stand off side stage. It's all right. I like the black and white a lot. This guy's very hard to get photos of during the show because he really turns his back a lot, and especially shooting from the stage. It's not the greatest, but I like it, and I'm sure they would like it as well. So the reason I put this photo in there is because I didn't have many of him singing because there was no pit. And when there's no pit in a crowd, then I can't then get into the pit to get the front shots of the band. Also, not the greatest lights in the world. Let me go back to this one and explain to you why. Because the only lights up front are pretty much these hot lights right here. They're not going to do very much. They're going to wash you with one single type of light. Then on the stage, they had these lights back here. Now, that would help in the background, but not from where I'm standing. I ended up shooting from inside here. This is how I shot that shot of the singer singing. I spent time over here. I spent time back here next to the drummer. I spent time standing where I'm standing right now. And I also spent time over here so I could get the keyboardist and people over here. So that's just showing how I stood where I stood. So I got this shot. It's okay. This isn't bad either in black and white before the light went down. You got the crowd in here. We got light on his face. Okay, so we've got the light there, and then boom. I went back upstairs because it's still light out. You see how bad the lighting was? It's very difficult to work with. I'm using a 24-70. I like shots like this. This isn't the best shot. I thought I had a better one. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. All right, I do have a better one. So this is okay, but it's nice to show the whole band and the entire crowd. The drummer, very hard to shoot. So I'm at 10,000 ISO doing this. This is where it started. All right, I'm using the 58 1.4, and boom, we're able to get it. It's pretty darn close. What am I shooting at? 2.5. Remember, if you were to shoot this at 1.4 and I'm shooting straight from the side, I could get the face in focus. But at 1.4, it's going to be very tough with him moving. Another one, look at the focus we have here on the face. Boom. Yes. 10,000 ISO, 1/400th of a second. Sure, I could drop my shutter speed, but then I may not be able to freeze the motion that I'm looking to freeze. And I didn't fully freeze it on some of these shots. There's other ones. All right, I'm going to let you in on some of those other ones as well. So here's the motion that you get. This is still, well, this is a 2/50th of a second. That shows you perfectly. 2/50th, 2/50th, 400th. Oh, because I went to 2.2 on that and still had it in focus just to show you. So there's that. I'll put up all the ones that I edited and starred so you can see them. So we got the drummer, then we got the lead singer off to the side, filled the frame vertically. I like it. Very tough because, again, it's on the side. You're not getting a lot of emotion in there. Same thing from the side. This was one of the times that they actually stood still, and I was able to shoot that. Behind the keyboard player, it's a good shot of the keyboard player because you get see, you can see how bad the light is right here. It's just one solitary blue light lighting up the stage. I figured a silhouette was going to make the best case for this photo because it wouldn't have worked any other way. Now I want to show you something else, guys. You know how a lot of people don't like shooting in bathed blue images? Well, this image was bathed in blue. But this is what I was able to do with it just by tweaking the tint and the temperature. I brought it and gave it some color. Normally I would go black and white, but look, I found that I could pull this color out of it. This is where it was. And this is what we did with the color, the power of the raw file. Then one of the singers guys and guitar player here, I thought it was okay because it was one of the only times I could get a shot of him. And then this is one of my favorites from the night. This is a thick, thick black and white. We've got the eyes looking up. We've got the light coming in on him. We have the smoke down here. We have these out-of-focus light orbs back here. A little tighter would be nicer. Didn't have a lot of time to move. 70 to 200, I'm at 1/80th of 180 millimeters already. So it's just trying to work with this. This doesn't happen it didn't happen for a long time, so I had to get it. But I like this shot because of the way that he looks there. This was a better shot from the back. We got all the band in there. We got the lead singer with his arm up in the air. Awesome. And the crowd lights came on so that you can go in here and see the crowd. See the girl going happy, being happy. You got these guys. Look, they're all happy. This is a great shot for a band to put on their page, or a great shot for them to put in the top of their Facebook page as their profile photo, as the header photo, and then people can tag themselves. This is good marketing stuff. Moving forward, at the end of the show, I asked Shannon, I said, does the band get together for a group shot? He's like, no, not normally, but I'll tell them to. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get my perch. I'm going to get my spot to get the photo that I want to get. And I thought they were just going to talk to the crowd, but they did this. How did I get my settings right off the bat? Well, I knew that a little while before, these were my settings from shooting the band up there. I also told Shannon to make sure that the lights went on in the crowd so that I could get a crowd shot, get the crowd in there. So I'm looking at this settings, and then I go here. I'm like, okay, I'm at 5,000 ISO. I wanted to be at f4, so I get more in focus. I went to 400th of a second because I went from, what was I at? 6,400, well, I don't know why I went to 1.4. I'm at f4. Just because I knew, the reason I went to a slower shutter speed and a higher aperture and a lower ISO right there is because I knew they were going to turn the lights on bright on the stage. All of the lights were on. So I already had to know that the lights were going to be really bright. It couldn't be the same as what I shot before. So when they were getting set up really quick, let me show you that. I took one picture. Oh, I guess I didn't take the one picture. This was the first one that I took to make sure I got it right. So I got it right. It's a shame that there's all the fog here for this time because you lose half the crowd, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure I got this shot. So they're in focus, boom, locked in. I took a wide shot, I moved in to shoot a tighter shot, and then I moved in to shoot an even tighter shot. I do not want to start here. Oh, actually, I did take that other test shot because let me get rid of the stars. Yeah. So what I did here, see this? See this? The show was over. And Shannon was going to tell them, to get out. Was that? Yeah. He was going to tell them to get out there. So here are my settings. I'm at 8,000 ISO. And then I'm like, oh, no, I shouldn't be at 8,000. Let me drop that to 5,000. And then I did a test shot to see that everything looked good. And then, see this? Another chance to get a test shot and then chimp and look at the back of the screen to realize, in essence, that I got it. And then, boom, we've got this right here. And being that I shot tighter and tighter, I have better options without having to sit here and go like this and crop and then lose all of this quality to pretty much get the same effect as I do in the other images. You're like, okay, here it is. And look, if I was doing largest, you see how it's not zooming in very far? Because I don't have a lot of detail in there. But look, this one, almost the same tightness. Oh my God, look at all the detail there. Look at this guy right here. Sharp as can be, right? Sharp as can be. So if I was to make this enlarged a large way, then I have a better chance of getting a much higher quality image than this one that is cropped to the nth degree. Nth degree, okay? Also, if Monster ever came along and needed a photo, he's holding a monster in his hand because they probably are sponsored and get some sponsorship money from them, which is a good thing. So, guys, that's the secret. That is the secret to getting into shows. And I wanted to go through these images. But you want to get in with a band, you get in with somebody in the band or in the crew, and yeah, you may be saying, oh, but you've been doing it so long, how it's so much easier for you. I didn't know anybody. I just worked my way up. If you get in with a smaller band who's opening for a bigger band, that's the key. You don't go, well, you can shoot for the stars and try to get the largest band in the world. That could happen. Or you get in with a opening act who you talk to, and then you talk to crew that are there for the bigger act, and you go, hey, by the way, do you mind if I do this? But don't bother them when they're setting up. Find them on a time. Get them to introduce you from somebody in the band to introduce you to other people in the band, and that's how it spreads out because everybody knows everybody, and that is the secret to shooting whatever the hell you want out of concert, and that's where I'm going to stop it. Jared Poland, photo.com. See ya. Oh, I hope you liked that video, but if you want to see some more videos, go ahead, click up on the screen in that other video thingy or the thing that says click me for more videos, just so you can do that. Also, hit the subscribe button down below so you can be notified whenever a new video goes live because they go live quite a bit. But thank you guys for watching.